11:47 p.m. My phone lit up. Mom's name. I stared at it for 3 rings before I picked up. Eleanor, you need to come to Madison's, now. My stomach dropped. What happened? The police just left. Her husband's gone. I can't explain over the phone, just come. I grabbed my keys. My hands were shaking so bad I dropped them twice. The drive took 20 minutes, felt like 2 hours. Every red light made my chest tighter. I kept thinking, police, gone. What the hell happened? I pulled up to Madison's place. All the lights were on. My mom's car was already there. So was my aunt's. I walked in. The living room was a mess. Madison's phone, cracked screen face down on the floor, her laptop still open on the coffee table, and Madison curled up on the couch, hands wrapped around a mug she wasn't drinking from. "Hey," I said quietly. She looked up. Her eyes were red. She didn't say anything. Mom stepped in. "Eleanor, we need you to handle the accounts." I blinked. Handle what? Bank accounts, email, everything digital. We need it secured before morning. Morning? That's like 8 hours, which is why you need to start now. I looked at Madison. She was staring at the wall. I wanted to ask her what happened, if she was okay, if she needed anything, but Mom was already handing me a list, passwords, account numbers, instructions. "It's just temporary," she said. Her voice was calm, too calm. "A few weeks, until things settle." I took the paper. My brain was screaming, "Wait, stop, what am I agreeing to?" But my mouth said, "Okay." Madison finally spoke. "Thank you, Elle." Her voice cracked. I sat down next to her, put my hand on her shoulder. "Of course," I said, "whatever you need." I meant it, I really did. I grabbed the laptop, started resetting passwords, logging into accounts. My aunt brought me coffee. My mom gave me more instructions. Madison stayed on the couch. Nobody told me what actually happened. Nobody asked if I had work in the morning. I didn't ask either. By 2 a.m., I'd locked down 6 accounts, changed 12 passwords, secured her phone. Mom squeezed my shoulder. "This is why we trust you. You're so good at this." I nodded, kept typing. The phrase stuck in my head, though. A few weeks. I should have asked, a few weeks until what? I didn't. That was my first mistake. The next 5 days blurred together. Day 1, I reset Madison's iCloud, transferred her photos to a secure drive, changed her Apple ID password. Day 2, bank accounts. I called 3 different institutions, sat on hold for 47 minutes total, verified her identity, set up new security questions. Day 3, social media, email forwarding, 2-factor authentication on everything. My phone buzzed constantly. Mom, my aunt, Madison's friend Karen, who I'd met exactly once. None of them asked what happened that night. They just told me what needed fixing next. "Can you check her Venmo? The iPad needs a reset too. Her old phone is acting weird. Can you look at it?" I started bringing the devices home. Madison's laptop lived on my kitchen table. Her old phone charged next to my bed. I'd wake up at 2 a.m. and check if updates had finished installing. My own laptop collected dust. I missed 2 work meetings, sent apologetic Slack messages. "Family emergency," I typed. Didn't elaborate. My boss replied, "No problem, take the time you need." I didn't take time. I worked faster. Day 4, I factory reset her old tablet, backed up files I didn't have permission to read, organized them into folders labeled important, legal, personal. I never opened them. Day 5, Mom came over, brought Thai food I didn't eat. "You're doing such a good job, honey," she squeezed my hand. "You're so good at this. This is why we trust you." I smiled, nodded. My chest felt tight. The phrase started showing up everywhere. "It's only 5 weeks. We just need 5 weeks to sort this out. Can you hold on to these for 5 weeks? 5 weeks, like a countdown, like a finish line I could see. Except nobody told me what happened at the end of 5 weeks. I didn't ask. I just kept working. Madison texted me on day 6. "Thank you for everything. I don't know what I'd do without you." I stared at the message. My throat burned. I typed back, "Of course, anytime." I meant it. but my hands were shaking again. I looked around my apartment. Madison's laptop, her tablet, her phone, her external hard drive. My life had become a tech support center for a crisis no one would explain. I told myself it was temporary. 5 weeks. I could do 5 weeks. I went back to work, opened her email, started sorting through hundreds of unread messages. My own inbox hit 127 unread. I ignored it. This was more important. They needed me. That's what I kept telling myself. They needed me.
Grandma's 80th birthday. Country club, white tablecloths, string quartet. I showed up straight from work, still in my blazer, hair pulled back, exhausted. I'd been up until 3 a.m. resetting Madison's cloud storage. My aunt waved me over. "Eleanor, you made it!" I forced a smile, grabbed a glass with champagne I wouldn't drink. The room was packed. Relatives I saw once a year, family friends I barely recognized. Everyone dressed like they had time to go home and change. I didn't. I found a chair in the corner, checked my phone. Madison had texted, "Did you finish the backup?" I typed back, "Done." "Eleanor, right?" I looked up. Some cousin's husband. "Brian? Brandon?" "Yeah, hi. Where are you living these days?" Casual question, I answered without thinking. "Central Park West. Just moved in a few months ago." His eyebrows shot up. "Central Park? Damn, wow." I shrugged. "Got a good deal." That's when Uncle Richard appeared. Loud, always loud. "Central Park West?" His voice carried across 3 tables. "Jesus, Eleanor, that's not offshore money, right?" I froze. He laughed, like it was a joke. Nobody else laughed. I felt eyes turn toward me, conversations pausing. "It's just rent," I said quietly. "I work in tech." Madison's hand clamped around my arm, hard. "Eleanor," her voice was sharp, low. "You shouldn't say that stuff out loud." I stared at her. "Say what?" She pulled me toward the hallway, smiled at everyone like nothing happened. Once we were alone, she dropped my arm. "Central Park?" she hissed. "You're telling people you live in Central Park?" "I do?" "People are going to ask questions." My brain struggled to catch up. "Questions about what?" She rubbed her temples. "Just don't mention it again, okay? Not tonight." She walked back to the party. I stood there, alone in the hallway. My phone buzzed. My aunt. "Can you help with Grandma's iPad tomorrow?" I looked at the message, then at the party through the doorway. Uncle Richard was talking to someone, gesturing, looking my way. My mom caught my eye, shook her head slightly. It clicked. They weren't proud. They weren't impressed. They were worried about what I might say, what I might reveal, who might connect dots I didn't even know existed. I wasn't the helpful niece anymore. I was something else. A risk, a resource, a thing to be managed. I texted my aunt back. "Sure, tomorrow works." My hands were steady this time, but something in my chest had shifted. I stayed for cake, left before coffee. Nobody asked where I was going. They just watched me leave.
2 days after the birthday party, I was cleaning up Madison's email, sorting, archiving, deleting spam. I clicked on drafts by accident. There were 17 unsent messages. I should have closed it. I didn't. I scrolled. Most were half-written responses, appointment confirmations, nothing interesting. Then I saw my name, subject line, Team Introduction Investment Round. I stopped breathing, clicked it open. "We're excited to introduce our advisory team for this venture. Eleanor Brooks will be joining us as Strategic Advisor, Cybersecurity and Compliance. Her expertise in digital infrastructure and risk management has been instrumental in our preparation phase." I read it again, then again. Strategic Advisor, Cybersecurity and Compliance. I scrolled down. There was an attachment, a PDF. I opened it. Pitch deck, investor materials. Page 6, advisory team. My name, my LinkedIn photo, a bio I'd never written. Eleanor Brooks brings 8+ years of experience in tech security and corporate compliance. She has been integral to our operational framework since initial planning stages. My hands started shaking. I checked the date on the draft 4 weeks ago.
1 week before that night, before the police, before the call. I scrolled through her sent folder, searched my name, 3 emails to investors, 2 to lawyers, 1 to an accountant, all mentioning me, all sent before I'd agreed to anything. My stomach dropped. I looked at the timeline, the 5-week window. It wasn't random. It was a launch timeline, and I was already listed as part of the team. I sat back, stared at the screen. This was never temporary. The devices, the passwords, the family emergency. I wasn't helping. I was being positioned. My phone buzzed. Madison, how's the email cleanup going? I looked at the message. I could confront her right now, call her, demand answers. I didn't. I took a screenshot instead, then another. I opened a new folder on my laptop, named it Documentation, started copying, forwarding emails to myself, saving PDFs. Every mention of my name, every date, every document I'd never seen. My heart was pounding, but my hands were steady. I wasn't panicking, I was documenting. Madison texted again. "Elle?" I typed back. "Almost done, looking good." I hit send, then I kept copying files. 1 hour later, I had everything organized, dated, backed up in 3 places. I closed the laptop, sat in silence. Something had shifted. I wasn't the person who got the call at 11:47 p.m. anymore. I wasn't the one who said okay without asking questions. I knew what this was now, and I wasn't going to pretend I didn't. I grabbed my phone, started a new note, timeline, began typing everything I remembered, every request, every conversation, every time someone said 5 weeks. I wasn't helping anymore. I was watching, and I was ready.
3 days later, my inbox pinged. New message, CC'd from someone named David Chen, an investment firm in Manhattan. Subject, re to Q3 strategy session. I opened it. Thanks for the intro, Madison. Looking forward to Eleanor Brooks' involvement in the upcoming launch. Her background will be a strong asset for due diligence conversations. My vision blurred. I scrolled down, read the thread. Madison had introduced me, confirmed my participation, scheduled a meeting. For this Friday, 72 hours away. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. I opened Madison's sent folder, searched David Chen. 4 emails, all within the last week, each one mentioning me like I'd already signed on. I called her. She picked up on the first ring. "Hey, I was just about to—" "Who's David Chen?" Silence. "Elle, I can explain. I never agreed to this." My voice cracked. "I never said yes to any of this." She sighed, like I was being difficult. "Relax, it's just credibility. Your family. I needed names people would trust." Just credibility. Just family. The words hit different this time. "You used my name without asking me. I was going to tell you." "When? After the meeting?" "Eleanor, come on, you're making this bigger than it is." I laughed, sounded bitter even to me. "There's a meeting in 3 days with my name attached. How is that not big?" "It's one conversation. You don't even have to do anything." "That's not the point." She went quiet. I pulled up my bank account, the automatic transfer I'd set up 2 weeks ago, money I'd been sending to help with expenses. I canceled it right there while she was still on the phone. "Elle, you still there?" "I'm done helping." "What?" "The devices, the passwords, the accounts, all of it. I'm done. You can't just watch me." I hung up. My phone immediately started buzzing. Madison, then my mom, then my aunt. I silenced it, opened my laptop, started drafting an email to David Chen. My fingers flew across the keyboard. "I was not consulted about being listed as an advisor. I have not agreed to any involvement. Please remove my name from all materials immediately." I hit send before I could second guess it. My phone kept buzzing. 7 missed calls, 12 texts. "We need to talk. You're overreacting. Call me back right now." I turned my phone face down. They didn't misunderstand my boundaries. They never cared about them in the first place. The laptop sat open in front of me, Madison's files still scattered across my desktop. I started deleting, one folder at a time, emptying the trash, wiping everything clean. 72 hours until that meeting. They could handle it without me.
David Chen replied in 40 minutes. Understood. Can you clarify the nature of the miscommunication? We received comprehensive materials indicating your advisory role. Comprehensive materials? I typed back immediately. What materials? I'd like copies of everything with my name on it. Send. His response came fast. Attaching pitch deck and team profiles. Let me know if you need anything else. 3 attachments loaded. I opened the first one. Pitch deck. 42 slides. My name appeared on slide 8, slide 15, slide 31. Advisory board, compliance oversight, strategic planning. I opened the second file. Team profiles, PDF. There I was, page 3. Professional headshot pulled straight from my LinkedIn. My actual job title. My real company's name. Then a bio I'd never seen before. Eleanor Brooks specializes in digital infrastructure and regulatory compliance. She has consulted on multiple ventures requiring secure data management and strategic risk assessment. Her expertise has been critical during our pre-launch phase. Every word was technically true and completely fabricated. I opened the third file, my resume, not the one I'd written, a new version, reformatted, expanded. Skills I'd never claimed, projects I'd never worked on, references to advisory work and consulting engagements that didn't exist. My throat closed up. This wasn't just using my name. This was identity theft. If anyone searched me, if my actual employer saw this, I could lose my job. I grabbed my phone, hands shaking again, but different this time. Not panic, fury. I Googled. Lawyer NYC unauthorized use of identity business. Found a firm. Employment law. 24-hour consultation line. I called. A paralegal answered. I explained everything in 2 minutes flat. She transferred me. The lawyer listened. Didn't interrupt. When I finished, she said, "Do you have documentation? Screenshots, emails, the files they sent investors." "Good. Forward everything to this address. I'll review tonight and call you first thing tomorrow." I sent the files before we hung up. Sat back. My phone buzzed. Madison again. "Please call me. We can fix this." I deleted the text. Opened my email, started drafting. To David Chen, 3 other investors CC'd in the original thread. Subject, formal clarification, unauthorized use of identity. I am writing to formally clarify that I have not at any time agreed to serve as an advisor, consultant, or team member for this venture. The materials circulated containing my name, photograph, and biographical information were created and distributed without my knowledge or consent. I have retained legal counsel. I request immediate removal of my name and image from all materials, presentations, and communications. Any future use of my identity will be considered intellectual property theft and will be addressed accordingly. I attached copies of everything David had sent me. Hit send. My chest felt tight, but clear. No more screenshots hidden in folders. No more silent documentation. This was on record now. Madison called. I let it ring out. My mom texted, "What have you done?" I typed back, "What I should have done 3 weeks ago." The lawyer called at 9 p.m. "We're filing a cease and desist tomorrow morning." "Okay." "Eleanor, there's no going back after this." I looked at my apartment. Madison's devices finally packed in a box by the door. Good. Thursday morning, 6:47 a.m. Google alert on my phone. My name. New result. I clicked it. A website loaded. Clean design, professional logo, Strategic Advisory Partners LLC. My stomach dropped. I scrolled. Meet our team. There I was. Same LinkedIn photo, new title. Eleanor Brooks, Partner, Cybersecurity and Compliance. Below my picture, a phone number I'd never seen, an email address that wasn't mine, a contact form with my name in the header. They'd built an entire fake company around me. I screenshotted everything, sent it to my lawyer. She called back in 3 minutes. "We're filing emergency takedown notices now." "How long does that take?" "Depends on the host. Could be hours, could be days." "Days?" "Eleanor, Breathe, we're on this. I pulled up my laptop, started compiling. Every investor email, every person CC'd, every contact who'd received materials with my name. 43 people total. I drafted a message. It has come to my attention that my name and likeness have been used without authorization in connection with Strategic Advisory Partners, LLC. I am not affiliated with this entity. Any communications claiming my involvement are fraudulent. Please disregard all previous materials. I pasted it 43 times, personalized each one, hit send. My phone exploded. Texts, calls, voicemails piling up. Madison, what are you doing? My aunt, you're destroying everything. Mom, call me immediately. I silenced them all, sent the cease and desist to Madison's email, her lawyer's email, the domain registrar hosting the fake website. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Then I saw the voicemail from 2 minutes ago. My dad. I picked up. Eleanor. His voice was quiet, dangerous quiet. You didn't have to go this far. My jaw tightened. Go this far, Dad? They built a fake company with my name. It was just for credibility. Stop saying that. It's fraud. It's identity theft. It could destroy my actual career. You're being dramatic. Am I? Google my name right now. See what comes up. Silence. This family needed you. No, this family used me. There's a difference. Your sister is Madison, and she put my name on legal documents without asking? We were trying to protect her. By throwing me under the bus? That's protecting her? Eleanor, you went further first. The line went dead silent. What? You heard me. You went further. You used my identity, you forged documents, you involved investors and lawyers and built websites. You did all of that before I said one word. His voice hardened. You're making a mistake. Maybe, but it's my mistake to make. The call ended. Not sure who disconnected first. I sat there, phone still in my hand. The box of Madison's devices stared at me from across the room. I grabbed my keys, drove to her house, left the box on her doorstep, didn't knock. My lawyer texted, website's down, cease and desist delivered. I drove home, changed my phone number that afternoon, didn't give it to my family. For the first time in 5 weeks, my apartment was mine again. No devices, no passwords, no emergency calls at midnight. Just silence. And finally, I could breathe. 2 weeks later, I signed a lease on a new apartment. Smaller place, different neighborhood, 20 minutes further from my family. Worth every penny. Moving day was a Saturday. I packed light, left behind the coffee table where I'd spent those endless nights on Madison's laptop, the chair that still had the indent from where I'd sit for hours. Didn't want them anymore. The new apartment had better light. That's what I kept telling myself. Better light, quieter street, fresh start. I changed my phone number the same day, gave it to my boss, my 3 closest friends, my dentist. Nobody else. My mom found me anyway, showed up at my office on a Wednesday. Eleanor, this is ridiculous. We need to talk. No, we really don't. She stood there, mouth open, like I'd spoken a foreign language. I'm your mother, and I'm exhausted. I walked away, went back to my desk. My hands shook the rest of the day, but I didn't call her back. The guilt hit hardest at night. That voice in my head, maybe you're being dramatic. Maybe you should just apologize, fix it, make things normal again. Then I'd remember the fake website, my face, my name, partner. The guilt would shut up. Work got easier. I stopped missing meetings, stopped checking my phone every 5 minutes. My boss actually said, "You seem lighter." I was. 3 weeks after the move, my doorbell rang. I froze, stared at the door like it might explode, checked the peephole. Grandma.
I opened it slowly. She held a casserole dish, didn't smile, didn't ask to come in, just held it out. Thought you might need a proper meal. I took it. The dish was still warm. Thanks. We stood there, neither of us moving. Then she said, "You did enough." My eyes stung. "Grandma." "No," she shook her head. "You did enough. More. They asked too much." I wanted to say something, explain, defend myself, but my throat closed up. She squeezed my arm, turned to leave. "Grandma?" She looked back. "Do they—" I swallowed. "Do they hate me?" She studied my face. "Does it matter?" I thought about it. "No," I said quietly. "I guess it doesn't." She nodded, like I'd passed some test. Then she left. I sat on my couch holding that casserole, crying into a dish towel. Not sad crying, the other kind, the relief kind. Someone got it. Someone saw. That night, I unpacked the last box from the move, found Madison's old tablet shoved at the bottom. Must have missed it when I returned everything. I held it for a minute, thought about texting her, telling her I still had it. Then I factory reset it instead. Watched the loading bar erase everything, slow and steady. Felt good. 2 months passed, then 4, then 6. Madison texted from a new number. "Can we talk?" I stared at it for 10 minutes. Typed, "I don't think so." Deleted that. Typed, "Not yet." Deleted that too. Finally just blocked the number. Maybe that makes me a bad person. Maybe I should be more forgiving. But I'm tired of should. My apartment still has good light. I bought plants. 3 of them died. 2 survived. Close enough. I cook dinner now. Actual dinner. Not takeout at midnight standing over the sink. I see my friends, go to movies, sleep through the night. Small stuff. Normal stuff. It doesn't feel revolutionary. It just feels mine. Sometimes I wonder if I overreacted, if I should have handled it differently. Then I remember how I felt those 5 weeks, the tightness in my chest, the constant buzzing phone, the way I'd stopped living my own life. And I know I didn't. You can't set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Someone told me that once. I didn't get it then. I do now. Last week, I got promoted at work. My boss took me out to drinks. "You've really come into your own this year," she said. I nodded. Didn't explain why. Some things you don't need to share. Some victories are just yours. I still think about my family sometimes. Wonder how Madison's doing. If my mom's still angry. If my dad ever thinks about that last phone call. Mostly, though, I think about other things. The book I'm reading, the trip I'm planning, the life I'm actually living, not the one I was borrowed for. Peace isn't loud. Nobody throws you a party when you finally choose yourself. It's just quiet mornings, a phone that doesn't make your stomach drop, space to breathe. That's enough. That's more than enough. I'd love to know where in the world this story found you.